Okay, so in the last video we set it up so when we right click on one of our slots, we see our action menu. You can use our item, throw it away, split the stacks. However, the current problem is if we want to throw away 50 health potions, we would have to click the throw away button 50 times. So we will change that in this video. Okay, so go to your widgets folder and right click here, create a new widget blueprint. That will be our throw widget. Open it up, change it to desired on screen, and first off kill the canvas panel. We will start with a size box, check the width and height override, and for me 450 by 280 pixel work just fine for the size of my throw widget, but feel free to change the numbers as you like. Then we will add a border. That will be the outer border. Make the padding for the children 4 pixel and change the alpha to something like 0.6. Then grab another border, drag it on top, and that will be the inner border. For the brush color, set that to complete black. Hit OK, and this time for the padding choose 0. Now we will add a canvas panel, and in that canvas panel we can lay out the rest now. First off, grab size box, drag that on top of the canvas panel. In here we will show our icon of the item we want to throw away at the moment. Choose size X to 95, size Y should be the same size, and width and height override the same value. Then grab an image, drag that on top of our size box, and call the image our icon. Then grab our size box, and with the arrow keys you can move it around here. Here, that should work. Then we will grab a text which will display the name of our item. So grab that in here, put it on top of the canvas panel. That will be our name text. Make that a variable. Let's drag that over here and make it big. Then check auto wrap text. And for the default text, type in something like health potion X99. Alright, that looks fine. And I think we will anchor it to the top right corner. Then grab another text, put that on top of our canvas panel. Put it down a little bit underneath our icon. For the text, type in how many do you want to throw away? Question mark. Use something like 18 for the size. Expand it so we see everything. Expand that here. Line to center. And for the alpha, choose something like 0.8, just so that you can see our name a bit better than the how many do you want to throw away, and anchor it to the top middle. Then underneath we will grab a button, drag that on top of our canvas panel, make its size something like 50 by 50. That will be our minus button. Anchor it to the bottom left, drag it somewhere here. Then on top of our minus button add text. Text will just be minus. Make it black so you can actually see that. Then grab our minus button, copy that and paste that in our canvas panel. That will be our plus button. Move that down here and to the right. somewhere here, anchor it to the right bottom corner, make that a plus. Make sure they have the same Y value, so it looks right. Maybe minus 120. Alright, so now then grab another text on top of our canvas. That will be our count. That shows how many we are throwing away at the moment. Make that a variable. Increase the font size to something like 35, should work. Then for the justification, choose align text center and move that in the middle of our buttons. For the default, type in something like 99. Also for the text, anchor it to the top middle corner. After that, we grab another button, put that in our canvas. That will be our confirm button. For the size in X, make it like something like 140 by 45. Move it to the bottom here. Then anchor it to the bottom left corner. And for the background color, make it green. Then grab a text again, drag that on top of our button. And for the text, type in confirm. Now grab the confirm button, copy, paste that in our canvas panel. That will be our cancel button. Background color will be something like a dark red. Anchor to the bottom right corner and move it over. Also change the text to cancel. Okay, so that's it for our design. Now let's go to the event graph and we will create some variables here. First one will be our throw count, which will be an integer. Then we will have our inventory index and inventory reference, same as we did in all the other widgets. bp underscore inventory reference. Next up, we want a maximum amount of items we can throw away, integer. And then we need a click count that we will need later when we implement double clicking our buttons. Now add a custom event, call that update, and for the input, make a new input, call that new index. Type will be integer. Then first we set our inventory index. After that, grab in our inventory and search for get item info at index. The index will be our inventory index. And of the empty slot, search for branch. So when our slot is empty, we won't do anything. If it isn't, then we will get our name text and set text. And the in text we will get from our item info, break that. And of the name, search for format text. And now for the format, you will need those brackets here, those curly brackets. And after the bracket, type in name, close the bracket, then hit spacebar once, X, and again brackets, and that will be the amount. And now when you hit enter, you have two inputs for the name and amount, and it will format the text with the name, then spacebar, X, and amount. So name, get the name here, amount from here, and plug the result in for our in-text. Then we want to set the maximum amount of items we can throw away to the amount at our stack. After that, we will set our icon. So grab the icon, set brush from texture, and the texture will be our icon from our s_item info. After that, we want to set our throw count to 1. So by default, we throw away 1. And then grab our count text here and set the text to our throw count. Alright, now compile, save, and we will create two functions. First one will be increase count. Second one will be decrease count. For the increase count, we will grab in our throw count, and we will also set our throw count. Then of the throw count get, search for +1, and then we want to clamp it from a minimum of 1 to a maximum of our max amount. Connect the return value from the clamp to the set throw count, and after that grab our count text, set text, and the in-text will be a throw count. You will see in a second why we need that function here. After that, we can return. Then copy all of this and paste it in the decrease count function. And this time we will say throw count -1. And after that, return. Compile and save. Let's hop over to the designer, and for our minus button, add an onClicked event. When we click our minus button, we will go into a sequence. So that path will be executed first, and then this one. Now, first, we will get our click count and increment that, so increase it by 1. Then we want to go into a delay of 0.3 seconds approximately, and after that set our click count to 0. Then on the one path here, we'll get our click count and check whether it's greater than 1. If it is, we will set our click count back to 0. Then grab our throw count, set that to the maximum amount, and after that grab in our count text, set the text, and in text will be a throw count. So if it's less than or equal to 1, we will call our decrease count function. So now what this is doing, every time we click the minus button, we increase our click count by 1, and after a delay of 0.3 seconds it will be reset to 0, and after that we check whether it's greater than 1. So what this means is if we hit our minus button 2 times in 3 seconds, we will get a double click, and that will be this path here, and then we will set our throw count to the maximum amount possible. And if it's only a single click, then we go into the fourth and decrease the count by 1. Now for the plus button, add an onClicked as well, and you can copy everything here from the minus button. Only thing we'll have to change is for our decrease count, replace that with increase count. And here when we set our throw count, don't set that to the maximum amount, but set it to 1. Compile, save. Alright, one thing you can also do is go to the designer again. For our minus button, scroll down here and search for onPressed, add an event for that. And for onReleased. So that way when we hold down the minus button, we can slowly increase our count or decrease our count. So for the minus button, you want to set timer by function name, and we already created our function. Type in decrease count for the function name, and the time will be 0.1. So every 0.1 seconds this will fire, and make sure to set it to looping. For our release, grab the return value of our timer and search for clear and invalidate timer by handle. Connect that to the onReleased minus button and remove this path here. Same thing for the plus button. Add an event for onPressed, add an event for onReleased. This time we'll do the same thing as on our minus button, but this time our function name will be increase count. Connect that, connect the onReleased. Now we also need our confirm and cancel button. First for the confirm, when we click that, we will get our inventory and remove item at index. Index will be the inventory index, amount will be the throw count, and after that we will get our success and search for a branch. If we were successful, we will get our inventory, get the inventory widget, and then get the slot panel and set is enabled to true. You will see later why we need that. And after that we will set visibility of ourselves to hidden. Then for our cancel button, add an onClicked. This time we will do the same thing as with our confirm button. Instead of the remove item at index function, we don't need that. Just copy everything after the branch and paste it. Alright, now compile and save. That's it for our throw widget. We still need to put that inside of our main widget though. So go to your main widget, user created, and the just search for the throw widget. Make that a variable and call it throw widget, or call it throw away widget. Then for the anchor, put that to the middle, and for position X minus 225 and position Y minus 140, so it's right in the center of a screen. The visibility should default to hidden. Compile and save. Now also on the event graph, when we construct, remember that we have to set our inventory reference as well. So get the throw away widget, set inventory, connect that somewhere here. The order doesn't matter really, and it will be our inventory reference. Now compile save, and we also have to show our throw widget, and that will happen when we hit the remove button in our action menu. So go to the action menu for our throw away, go to the onClicked. So currently we just remove one, that we will change now. Grab in our item info and the amount. So first we break the item info, expand it, and our can be stacked. We want to check if it can be stacked, and that our amount is greater than 1. And search for a branch again. If it's false, we will do what we did before, remove 1 at the index and set visibility to hidden. But when it's true, we get the inventory, get the main widget, get the throw away widget, and we will update with our current index. Connect the true to it, After that, we will get our inventory widget and get the slot panel. And then set is enabled to false, so we can't click any other items when we throw away one. After we did that, we can set our visibility to hidden. So it should set visibility. Visible will be hidden. Also, after the update, make sure that you actually show the throwaway widget. So get the throwaway widget and set visibility to visible. Now we can compile and save, test it. Let's grab our 50 health potions. Right click, throw away. We see our throw away widget here. We have 50 health potions. How many do you want to throw away? If we cancel, we can go back to our inventory. However, if we hit plus once, increases to 2. Hit minus once, increases to 1. If we hold down plus, slowly increases. If we double click plus, there is something wrong. Right, I got that 2 switched up. So let's change that. Go to the throw away widget, graph, and here on click minus button, you want to set the throw count to 1. Here, set the throw count to our maximum amount. Now, get the health potions and throw away. If we hit plus 2 times, it goes to 50. Hit our minus 2 times, goes to 1. And slowly increase or decrease. And now when we hit confirm, we will throw 9 away, 41 left, and we can use our inventory again. However, when we throw away something and we close our inventory, our throw away widget will be there. And when we reopen the inventory, it will be disabled. So let's change that. Go to the inventory, in our inventory system, blueprints, BP inventory, and then for our hide inventory function, after we did that, grab in the main widget, get the throw away widget, set its visibility to hidden, and after that we also want to grab our inventory widget again, get the slots panel, slot panel, and set is enabled to true again. Now when we play, remove throw away here, and when we now close our inventory, our throw away widget also disappears, and when we hit I again, we can use the inventory as we did before. Alright, that's it for this video. In the next one we will probably deal with dragging some items on our slots. See you then.